Virtual speaker start பண்ணலாமா? ஜீதேஷ் இன்ஜினியரிங் கிராஜுவேட், அப்புறம் MBA முடிச்சுட்டு நம்ம ஸ்தோத்திரபாட கோஷ்டியுடைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட், பெங்களூர்ல வேலை பண்ணியிருக்கான். அந்த குழந்தையுடையதான் உபன்யாசம்.
जय जय श्री सुदर्शना श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदाहृति ज्ञानानंदमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवं उपास्महे. Adiyan is highly grateful to Mukundan Mama and all the Bhagavata organizers for giving me an opportunity to speak in this Vaibhavothsavam, and we have been celebrating Vaibhavothsavam for the past 1 year in different places. It all culminates to the 750th birthday of Swami Vedanta Desikan. It is highly our privilege that we are living in this year of celebrations, and thankful to the God for giving us an opportunity to be part of all these celebrations. With the blessings of Mama and GOSHTEE elders, it is my amateur effort to present some of the teachings of SwamiDhesikan in form of Gopala Vimshati and share my views in this August gathering. So Adiyan feels highly blessed to talk about Sri Krishna, considering that we are celebrating in his birthday month. We just celebrated his Jayanti a week back with great excitement, and it was indeed a great festival, considering that we had great celebrations in our Doughton Venugopala Swami temple also. The daily alankaras that were carried out to the Lord were beyond words, and also we witnessed Sudarshana Homam also, wherein the Lord himself came in and blessed everybody in the presence of all the elders. So it is my effort to present some of the teachings that Swami Dhesikan had did in the form of Gopala Vimshati, and want to share my views. First of all, looking at Gopala Vimshati and its background. As the name itself says, Gopala Vimshati. Vimshati is the Sanskrit word for 20, and Gopala is Lord Sri Krishna. So it was Swami Dhesikan who composed these 20 verses in praise of Lord when he was in Thiruvendipuram. So looking at the beauty of the Archamurti of Sri Rajagopala in Thiruvendipuram, Swami Dhesikan composed 20 verses in his praise during his stay at Thiruvendipuram. So on the Sri Jayanti day especially, the Archamurti of Rajagopalan is taken in procession around the streets of Thiruvendipuram, and Gopala Vimshati Parayanam takes place during the procession with great excitement. So it is important that we understand as to how Gopala Vimshati and what is its relevance in today's world. So I present my views about it. Again, everything is only with the blessings of Mukundan Mama, and whatever the explanation is already there in some form or the other, I am just trying to put it here. So in this stotram, Swami Dhesikan paints the Lord with incomparable beauty and recalls all the mischievous deeds done by the Lord. Instead of viewing it as a mischievous deeds, we can also view it as a teaching to the modern day world, where each and every teaching presented by Swami Dhesikan is very much relevant in today's world also. I am going to take only 2 or 3 examples and present as to how they can be related in the current day scenario as well. So to begin with, let us look at some of the examples or some of the stotras that present a beautiful picture and relevance in today's world. The first stotra itself, Vande Brindavanacharam Vallavi Janavallavam Jayanti Sambhavam Dama Vaijayanti Vibhushanam. So this sloka talks about the divine 9th avatara of the Dashavataram, which is Sri Krishna. So Swami Dhesikan says that Sri Krishna, who roamed the forests of Vrindavan wearing the unfading garland of wild flowers from the forests in form of a nice mala called as Vaijayanti Mala. So Vaijayanti Mala is always the characteristic decoration of Lord Sri Krishna, and this is one of the main important aspects of his alankaram. Swami Dhesikan has used many adjectives, and specifically in the sloka to refer to the characteristics of Sri Krishna, but not any adjectives for himself. So this is one of the very important or subtle concept that we have to look at it. So here we can see the abundant usage of adjectives like Brindavanacharam, Vaijayanti Vibhushanam, Jayanti Sambhavam, Vallavi Janavallabham. Where if you see, all these are characteristics of Lord Sri Krishna, but Swami has been very careful in not calling the Lord himself in his stotra, in this particular sloka. He has just used his adjectives to present as to how the Lord can be depicted or described. So let us look one or two important words from this stotra. So Vallavi Janavallabham. So in this sloka, Swami Desikan says that in Vrindavan, the Lord is very dear to Gopikas. In general, the Lord is actually referred to as known as Sri Vallabhan due to his proximity to Sri Devi or Lakshmi Devi. However, in this case, Swami Desikan says that the Gopikas here have very much control over Sri Krishna when he is in Vrindavan. And his Gopalatvam is dominant here and not the Vallabhatvam. Vallabhatvam is dominant only when he is near Sri Lakshmi Devi, but not when he is near the Gopikas. So how can you relate this particular sloka or this particular teaching into the present day world? Let's take an example of this. So when you are in school or office, you have to be focused on what you are doing. And let's say in school the teacher is teaching something, you have to be very focused on what they are teaching. At the same time, you have to be very focused. Let's say you are working in an office, you have to be very focused in your office. You cannot be while in office, you cannot be thinking as to what is happening at home, or while at home, you cannot be thinking as to what is going to happen in office. Because when your mind is at two different places, you will not be able to know what to do where. Striking a balance is very important. So whenever you are at a particular place, give your concentration to the fullest. So that is what Swami Dhesikan is trying to say here. When he is near the Gopikas, his Gopalatvam is being presented. When he is near Sri Devi, Lakshmi Devi, his Gopalatvam is being shown by the Lord there. He is very careful in showing which characteristic of his to be presented at what place. So this is one of the subtle teaching that we have to learn from Swami Dhesikan, who has portrayed it excellently. Now coming to the next important word in this particular sloka, Vaijayanti Vibhushanam. So as I mentioned some time back, the Lord is known for his way of alankarams with different avaranams. However, when he is in Vrindavan, he is very much decorated with the flowers that are available only in the forest, that too only in the Vrindavan forest. And it is not that the forest will have some beautiful, different types of flowers or something, but whatever is there in the forest, that is what is very much interested and very much affectionate to the Lord. So he likes the atmosphere of Vrindavan so much that he doesn't want any other alankarams from any other place. He wants the flowers only from the same forest. So how can we correlate this into the current day world? So this is a classic example of what in school we learnt is be a Roman when in Rome. So again, extending a bit over there, why is there a specific dress code for certain places? Let's say you cannot go to a beach wearing a formal dress, or you cannot go to office wearing your shorts or t-shirts or night dress. So why is it we have to understand? Again, in case of temples also, why is it imperative that we wear only traditional wear and go? Because you have to respect the place that you are going to. So school has a uniform, office has a formal dress wear, temple has a traditional dress wear. Because it is not that you cannot wear something else. You have to wear something which is respectable and which is apt to that situation. You cannot wear anything and everything everywhere and then say that no, I am like this only. You have to give respect to that place. So that is why Lord also, though he had many other options, he used to take only the flowers from Vrindavan and decorate himself when he is in Vrindavan. So because that is how you give a respect to a place or a position. Now, the other important word that we can take from this sloka is Vrindavana Charam. So in this, Swami Dhesikan says that the Lord made Vrindavanam as his abode all along his stay in Mathura, because he was so much enchanted by the beauty of the forest, its surroundings, that he always used to take his cows for herding only there. So he was very much had a very much liking towards that place. So similarly, how do you connect it to the current day world? So I will be a little bit specific here. So this is all can be related something called as global warming. So why is there a global warming? Everybody is hearing nowadays global warming, rise in temperature and all. That is because of your deforestation. That is your lack of forests. So had there been rich greenery, people would be love in with the green jungle rather than the concrete jungle that is coming up nowadays everywhere. So you should always have respect towards greenery and love its greenery such that it will protect you. So you cut the beauty of the forest will cut your beauty from your lives. So that is how Swami Dhesikan has depicted in this particular sloka. Now let's look at the other sloka which can be related to modern day world. Hartum kumbe vinihitakaraha swadu hayyenga veenam drishtva grahana chatulam mataram jatarosha payadishat prachalitapado napagachanna tishtan mitya gopas sapadinayane meelayan vishwagop. So what the Lord what the Lord is depicted in this sloka is, we all know Lord likes butter very much. So he is called Vennadonga. So what happens is, and we also know his mischievous deeds where he tries to steal butter from some or the other place, however safe his mother keeps it. So, but once when he was caught by his mother, he was very much frightened. So you might think, it's Lord, he knows everything, he's just a play. Yes, definitely. But how is it correlated to today's form or today's lives is, Lord is trying to portray a picture wherein he says, even I get angry, even I get frightened when my mother is angry. So it is same as nowadays also. In general, if you think, mothers are very soft, they are very kind towards their children. But when they are angry, it has to really frighten us a lot. Because as I said, they are very saulabhyam. They are always kind, affectionate and loving. But when they are angry, they are very angry to the core. So here Swami Dhesikan says, even though Krishna Paramatma, he is called Paramatma, the all-knowing, the all-living, even he got afraid when his mother was angry. So, and at the same time, he closed his eyes when the mother was angry, thinking that what will happen next. So in the same way, even us, even today, like if there is something that frightens us, unknowingly or knowingly, we tend to close our eyes. So that is how Swami is correlating that, and we can correlate it in the present day world. Now moving on to the next sloka. Parivartita kandaram bhayena. So in this sloka, what happens is, we all know as soon as he was angry, his mother was angry, he was tied to those two trees which were there in their garden. So as most of you all probably might be knowing, those two trees were actually the sons of Kubera, because they had disrespected Narada. So they were cursed to be as trees and will only be liberated when Krishna drags his mortar along and uproots the tree from there. So here Swami Desika talks about how the Lord liberated. So here again we have a subtle meaning over here. So why did Kubera's sons got punished? That's because when Narada Mahamuni had come, they had disrespected him by not acknowledging his presence. They were indulging in other pastimes, so they couldn't know that Narada Muni has come, and hence they did not respect him. So in the same way, it is very important that we respect the guests. Atiti Devo Bhava. We have to respect people who come to our house. We have to always take care of them and ensure that they don't have any problems with our respect or anything that we do to them. So finally, coming to the one of the last slokas, Vaso Ritva Dinakara Sutta. So in this sloka, Swami Dhesikan actually portrays as to what is the importance of bathing with clothes. So in this sloka, we know that there is an episode, and we all know about it, that when the Gopikas were actually gone into the river to take bath, Lord Sri Krishna stole their clothes and kept with him. So we all know it as a pastime or as one of the leelas of Sri Krishna. But we have to understand what Swami Dhesikan is trying to portray in this sloka. Though it was a mischievous deed, there was a kind of Shastra angle to it. Because it is, elders always say, and it is written in our Shastras, that one should not supposed to take bath naked. So you should always wear a vastram while bathing. So that is the reason Sri Krishna tried to teach the Gopikas a lesson, saying that you are not supposed to bath naked and it is a sin. So when did he return the clothes? So when the Gopikas initially came out, they found their clothes missing. They went back to the river Ayyo saying, Ayyo, where are our clothes? But Sri Krishna told them, I have your clothes. You have to come to me as surrendering, Anjali. So once the Gopikas had all come saying that, okay, we are sorry, please return our clothes, that is when the Lord actually returned their clothes. How do we, so like, I mean, again, this is how you have to correlate it in the current world. So once you surrender unto Lord for all your sin, that is how you can be absolved of all your sins. You need to go surrender to the Lord saying, okay, I have done a mistake, please forgive me. That is when Lord will actually give his forgiveness to you. So another context wherein, I mean, people can correlate this is where the Gopikas can be considered as the human beings and their clothes as the attachments in the world. So by taking away the clothes from them, so the God has taken all your worldly pleasures or attachments along with him. When you go surrender to him, Sharanagati, and say that, okay, I have come to you, that is when Lord will give you back your clothes, which is nothing but your worldly pleasures. He will give back saying that, okay, now that you have considered and come unto me as surrendered, I am giving you back. So the fruits of the forgiveness and the God, I mean, and the items that he returns to us will be manifold than what we had initially with us. So, I mean, these are some of the slokas that I have taken and wanted to present it in front of this gathering. So I am grateful to Mama and all the others for giving me an opportunity once again, and I hereby conclude my presentation. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimathey Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Jai Jai Sri Sudarshana.